Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order at 10:35 a.m. Moving on to roll call. Amy, if you are ready, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. President Naomi,
Present.
VP Ramses, K-President Mark,
Present.
Director of Finance Zach, Director of
He's
Legislative.
present, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Zach, can you muted if that's the problem here.
Oh, I'm sorry. It took a second.
It's okay. Director of Legislative Affairs Jacob.
He's got an excused absence.
Okay. Director of Public Relations Nick.
Here.
Directors of Communications Amy, present. Senator David is present. Senator Soule, absent. Senator Rachel.
Here.
Senator Reed, absent. Senator Stacey.
Present.
Senator Mary Kay.
Present.
Senator Hamza.
Present.
Senator Beheshta. Absent. Senator Sasha. Absent. Senator Afsoon. Absent. And Senator Oscar. Absent. We have 9 present.
And Sasha just joined, if that,
Okay. So
I think, yeah, okay, with 10 present,
I mean,
quorum is met. Oh, good. Thank God for that. Okay, moving on to adoption of the agenda. Okay, let me share screen. Again, the agenda, it's now on the website, and it's been on Instagram for a while, and it's on the Discord also. Okay, scrolling. Okay. If there are no objections, this meeting will be this agenda will be adopted. Okay, hearing and seeing no objections, the agenda is adopted. Moving on to approval of the minutes, I'm going to share screen again. Ugh. Okay. And thank you to David for taking the minutes last week. It was very helpful. Okay, can check here, see that everyone is marked right here. No 17. Okay. And those are also on Discord if you need to take a look at that again. Okay, if there are no objections, the minutes will be approved. Hearing and seeing no objections, the minutes are approved. Moving on to chair message. Good morning, everyone. I know a lot of us have midterms this week, so I hope you guys are getting some time to yourselves. As short as that time to yourself might be, I hope you guys are getting it. Let's see, a couple of things for chair message. I sent out a General Assembly attendance survey for those who might be interested in joining the in attending the General Assembly. For members of Student Senate, if you can fill it out, even if you're not interested in attending, it has the option to click no, I'm not interested, just to see that student senators have seen it. And I know Lori has responded that she's interested in going. So I'm assuming then that we can open that up to members of the pub for other students. And so if you guys want to share that out with students from your different classes and different kind of circles, different college circles, to see if they're interested in going, Just have them fill it out and yeah, get in touch with me. That's it. Okay, President's Circle is coming up. That will be March 18th. I know Sasha and myself are both going to be student panelists on that, as well as 2 other students. Club Day is actually the same day, so also March 18th. There's a Board of Trustees meeting next week. Again, we're required to attend at least one Board of Trustee meeting. So, you know, if you haven't gotten to it, this will be a good one. I think CRC is giving the Student Advisory Committee update this week. So that should be good. Elections are open. So yeah, you know, contact Brett for that. And I guess the last thing is you guys heard that I was playing music before the meeting. So if you guys get any song requests, you know, just shoot me a text or email or however you want to contact me. And I think that's it for chair's message. So moving on to the next item, that's advisor's message. Brett, go ahead and take it away.
All right, thank you. Aloha, everyone. Happy Friday. I don't know what week it is now, but I know it has been a year since we've all been going to school or working remotely. So shout out to you all for continuing to be involved, the student leaders, staying up with your studies, right? I know this isn't ideal. No one asked for this. Y'all definitely don't deserve this. So thank you for all the work that you all are doing. Yeah, so we've got news this week that things are hopefully getting better, you know, around the country. So hopefully, you know, that continues and we can all be back sooner rather than later. So couple updates, and Naomi touched on a lot of them. So thank you, Naomi. Yeah, the virtual club day, I'm going to let Mark talk about that during his board member report. But I would like to ask that if you are free on next Thursday, the 18th from 1 to 4, if you could be present for that. You don't have to be for the whole 3 hours, but come through. It's a new platform, so it's not on Zoom. Mark can explain it, but you know, it's hard to hold folks accountable for office hours right now because we don't have an office. But if I could just make a plea to try to show up for that as your role as a student senator or director or VP or president, I think that would be powerful for other students to see you all or virtually. So, you know, I'll send the link out, or Mark can send the link out of how to get involved on that. It's real simple. So hopefully you can be there. Come see other students, come see staff, the president.
Come see MUN's table.
Yeah. That all the executives from ARC will be there. There's even a rumor that Mark, don't hold your breath, but the chancellor might even pop in there for a little bit. So, you know, it'll be good for students to like mingle with each other. Let's see, what else do I have down? Elections are definitely still happening. So Monday the 22nd at 5 o'clock is the hard deadline. So if you're thinking about running for office and you haven't applied yet, you have, 9 days left. So don't think too long on it, but you got a little bit of time. Let's see. Next Friday is the counselors conference. So in the past, ARC would host counselors from local high schools, kind of talk about, you know, the school, the programs, how awesome we are, all that stuff. This year we're doing it virtually, and they asked for students to be on a student panel. However, they switched the time on me. So now it's 12 to 1, I believe, next Friday. So if anyone after Senate wants to hop on another Zoom call, and you're just answering questions about your experiences at ARC, nothing like you have to prepare or present, let me know. Just shoot me an email or send me a private message, and I'll put you in contact with B, who is our outreach folks that are handling that. There's going to be a survey that comes out soon. I'm not sure when. about getting student input on what campus can look like when we do come back. So when I get that survey, I will forward it all to you, or if you see it on like your e-services or whatever. It'd be nice for Senate to push students to participate in that, because if only 20 students answer the survey, school's going to be like, cool, all right, well, we got our input. And obviously the more input and perspectives and narratives, the better. So as soon as I get that or you all see it, please participate in that. Please tell all your classmates to participate in it, because fall and then next spring are going to be different, but hopefully we can kind of reshape ARC a little bit. So I think that's it. The last thing I'll say is the stimulus stuff that's happening this week. I don't know everyone's status and whether you qualify and all that, but if you do, congratulations. I'm sure it's much needed for many folks. If you don't qualify for that and you still find yourself in need, the Los Rios emergency grant, they are, as of now, they're going to reopen it again for folks that had already applied for it this last year. So if you know students that may not qualify for that stimulus but are still in need, urge them to apply for the Los Rios emergency grant or the CARES Act. Now they're calling it the HERF money. I don't know what that means, but there's still opportunities for folks. What I'm getting at, there's still opportunities for folks that don't qualify for that stimulus money that are still in need. So with that, I'll turn it back to Naomi. And yes, I got my hair cut finally. It's been a year. So barbershop was fun yesterday. I enjoyed it. So thank you. And Naomi, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Brett. Congrats on the haircut. Briefly moving back to Chair's message, we also have a, sorry, hang on, that's the music, the speaker again. We also have a new district textbook affordability committee that's looking for student senate representative, or student representatives. So again, spread the word. We want our ARC student voice on that. So, okay, moving on to public comment. This time is reserved for members of the public to address the student senate on issues not already appearing on the agenda. A limit of 2 minutes per speaker shall be observed with a maximum of 4 minutes per topic. No discussion is allotted on public comment. The law does not permit any action to be taken nor extended discussion of any items not on the agenda. The ASB Student Senate may briefly respond to statements made for questions posed. However, for further information, please contact the ASB Student Senate President for the item of discussion to be placed on a future agenda. Is there anyone from the public who wants to make a comment today? Okay, hearing and seeing none, we'll move on to appointments and swearing in, of which we have none. So we'll move on to our first item under unfinished business. And I actually meant to say something about that during our chair's message. We're gonna actually get the information for the reason that we postponed this from, or that we're revisiting this from last week, was because we were hoping to find out whether we can actually amend these resolutions on the floor during the meeting. And we don't have that information yet. That's supposed to come out tomorrow, according to Brett. So we're gonna have to push this again till next week. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna skip over that item and move on to our first item under new business, and that is the Religious Inclusion and Observation Resource Panel presentation. And I believe Ms. Said is here for that, right?
Yes, thank you, Naomi.
Yeah.
Glad to be here. You know, my name is Faryal Saeed, and I work for the EOBNS Care CalWorks. And also I oversee a student service resource center that provides tutoring for the categorical programs. I'm so excited to be here. This is my first time attending Student Senate meeting. So it's really, really a great feeling because I'm a product of American War College, and I know how hard you are all working to make changes in the system from campus as a whole and district-wide and so on and so forth. Thank you for all you do, really appreciate it. So I'm gonna put a link in the chat, and also I just wanted to say on behalf of my colleagues, 5 of us were selected to be a panel and leading by the Dean of Equity and Inclusion, Nick Daly, Anita Foreman from counseling, Kristen Farlow, home bases, and Bill Sengeg Lester from religious studies professor at the humanity department. So what we come up with, and I know how hard it is, you know, at least for me, I'm sharing a little bit of my experience being a Muslim student on campus. And I studied American for College 2001 as an immigrant, ESL student, single parent, and how much I struggled. There was a time I was the only hijabi on campus at American for College. And that time, some of you right here today with me may not even born at that time. So I can just imagine the shift that is happening as we breathe every single day, either in our campuses or around the district or higher education or around the country. And this piece that I'm presenting today is part of that, religious observations. You know, we have the acknowledgement of certain religions or certain holidays for certain groups in our community. So just to make sure that we are equitably serving everyone, that's why we suggested this. And if you click this, and if you click that link, you will see why we're doing this, because American for College has a commitment that we need to make sure that we are equitably serving and making sure we are including everyone and in the community, including students, staff, faculty, admin, management, and so on and so forth. So this is part of that. And I encourage all of you to take a moment, you know, it doesn't have to be now, but to take a moment to look at that website and see what you can benefit from it. And for this presentation as students or student representatives, I encourage you to really push this, because this is one thing that may affect a lot of our students as we move along throughout the year with academics. I will give you one example. When I was a student and I was fasting during Ramadan, I was working as a single parent to make some earnings, extra earnings for the family. So I used to take all my classes evening. During Ramadan, I had to be in a class all day working, going to class evenings. It was really, really torturous for me to sit in those classes and listen to lectures. I was not grasping, I was not understanding because I'm hungry. And they did not understand, the professors don't understand, oh, you can't drink a sip of water, or you can't eat a little bit of food, or you can't do this. Or sometimes I used to stay late night because I'm going to the mosque to pray, and you know, services are conducted at night. So it was really a challenging. We're not asking the faculty or the campus to make, you know, too many changes, and this is not a policy, by the way. What it is we need to acknowledge each other. And for you as a student senate, you need to fight for your students. You need to advocate for your students to make sure that the faculty care about their students. It's like 5 minutes I can step outside and I can have 3 pieces of date or have a bite of food, and then I can come back to the lecture. So those type of things. And as you can see, this calendar that we developed, and we adapted it from other colleges around the country and look at it, it's from the 2020 through 2022. Some of these things change because they are not the universal calendar, they are lunar calendar. And as I said, Ramadan is one of them, and the Muslim Eid is one of them, and the Jewish holidays are part of it, and you know, and so on and so forth. So I think yesterday we presented at the Academic Senate, and this is what I told them. This is about humanity. look at your student, if you are a professor, in the eyes and acknowledge that student as a human. It's not about religion or it's not about you're doing anything additional for this person, but what you're doing is you are acknowledging and recognizing this person's, religious beliefs. And it can be different across the board, but equitably we can acknowledge and respect that, as well as, workplaces, and if your friend is tired and you have a study buddy and that study buddy can't hold it up because they are, the session and, just acknowledgement across the board. And this aligns with the American for College Equity and Inclusion commitment. And there's a lot happening in this campus and other campuses as well, or Los Rios across the board. And I'm so excited and happy that those movements are happening finally. But your involvement and your advocacy is absolutely important in this critical piece. And thank you for your time. I don't think I need 20 minutes of your time. I know the great work you're doing and a lot on your agenda, including the elections and everything. Thank you for your time. Do you have any questions for me? Okay, all right. Appreciate it. If you have any questions, when you look at the website, please visit the Office of Equity website, and that's where this calendar is located. What you can do is, if you have any questions at any point, just reach out to Nick Daly and the Dean of Equity and Inclusion, and then we go from there. Thank you for this opportunity. It's my pleasure to be with all of you, and have a good Friday and a good weekend.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Absolutely. Yeah. Good to see you all. Bye-bye.
Okay. So after that presentation, we'll move on to our next item under new business, and that is the SSCCC General Assembly Attendance Bill. Thank you to Stacey and David for writing that. We'll move, I'm going to go ahead and share screen again. Let's see again. Every time I always feel apprehensive that it's not going to work this time, no matter how many times I do it. Okay, let's see. Okay, here is the, oh, sorry. I am losing track of parliamentary procedure here. So we actually need a motion.
Chair,
Go ahead, Stacey.
I move that the Associated Student Body of American River College Student Senate allocate up to $1,000 to be used for the registration fees for students attending the Student Senate for California Community Colleges General Assembly.
Second.
Yes, second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Hang on, I'm supposed to read the whole motion. It's been moved and seconded that the Associated Student Body of American River College Student Senate allocate up to $1,000 to be used for the registration fees for students attending the Student Senate for California Community Colleges General Assembly. Okay, so with that, we move on to discussion, and I will share screen now. And Stacey, as maker of the motion, is you get the right to speak first.
All right, so as many of you know, I'm sorry, Chair. As many of you know, we've been discussing the upcoming General Assembly, for which our Director of Financial, Zach Eby, is going to be our delegate. So it's very important that we attend this event, and there are training opportunities at this event for student advocates. There are also guest speaker events, and if you attended Lobby Day, one of the guest speakers is the same. However, I understand she's going to be talking about quite a few different issues. So this discussion time is for any questions you may have about the importance or relevance of this event. But it is something we've been kind of discussing over the last few meetings, so I don't want to take up too much time here.
Okay, so are there any questions or things to add to the conversation here? like Stacey said, this has kind of been on our radar for a while, so I totally understand if we don't need to spend too much time on this. But if there are questions, now's a good time.
Chair.
Right, go ahead.
I'll just add, like, as the bill, and as most of you know, the delegate does not have to pay, right? So I believe Zach is our delegate.
Yep.
Y'all don't have to pay for him, but if anyone else wants to attend, that's where the $50 comes into play. And in the past, they'd either be like these assemblies, like one year I was at McClellan in one of their old Air Force Base hangar conference spaces, and then sometimes it's down in LA, where we do the plane ride, the hotel, all that stuff. So, obviously it's virtual, but this is also open to other students. So like Naomi, I think, mentioned in the chair's message, if you got someone in your poli-sci class that's all about resolutions, right, and wants to get involved, this is a chance to get them involved. So, but the registration deadline is coming up soon. So it's also something to think about. So I'll shut up now. Thank you.
Brett, do you have the actual registration deadline? If you could find it and
Yeah,
okay. Okay, awesome. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Brett. Any other questions, comments, concerns, personal anecdotes?
Sure, I have a message. Or
David,
not a
go
message,
ahead.
a question.
Yeah.
How much was it in the past that you guys allocated for the General Assembly?
I think, as I recall from last semester, we actually did this when we were at the Natoma Center. I think it was $10,000. And I remember, yeah. And that included hotel fees, plane tickets. Yeah, Sasha, I see your face. Yeah. It was a lot. So this is, I don't want to sound crass, but it's not that much comparatively.
Right.
Peanuts.
$1,000. Oh man.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Naomi.
Yes.
Research extraordinaire Stacey found it before me, so shout out. It's in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the reason why it was $1,000 was because the flights, the hotels, and all that stuff. But keep in mind that $10,000. That's what students are paying your $1 student rep for, your fee for, is to advocate for them, right? So it does sound like a lot, but that's what this board is assigned to do. So, for future reference, we've talked about how much money you all have. That's a small dent. So.
Yep. Yeah, Nick, it was a very fun meeting, as I recall. Okay. Anyway, anything else? If there's nothing else, we can move on to a roll call vote for this. So I want to give a chance for anybody who has questions. Okay, hearing and seeing none, I guess we move on to a roll call vote. Amy, you're still here? Yes, Amy, if you could, yeah.
Let me just get this roll call real quick.
No worries. Yeah. Where was the, I'm trying to remember, I cannot for the life of me remember where the last one was supposed to be in. I remember I thought it was like a kind of weird name, but
Ontario,
that's right.
Yeah,
and I kept thinking it was in Canada, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's
but no, it's not. It wasn't. It was California.
They're usually at like large conference areas, and I guess there's a big one down there right by the airport. So you literally land, get on a taxi, bus, Uber, whatever, 2 miles to the hotel where the conference is. It's not like you get to go and explore LA and go to the beach and Dodger games and stuff. You're there for the conference. So, and then they switch it. So the next year it's in Northern California, right? So that other schools have a chance to go. But I don't know where next year's is. I don't know if they've decided that yet.
Yeah. Wow.
So I just start off with Cave President Mark.
Oh, before that, I'm just saying, okay, yes vote, we're voting to allocate this $1,000, not $100,000, for students to attend this, and a no vote is you don't support that. So, yep, okay, sorry, Amy, go ahead.
Okay. Cave President Mark.
Yes.
Director of Finance Zach. Director of Public Relations Nick.
No.
Director of Communications Amy. I vote yes. Senator David.
I vote yes.
Senator Rachel.
Yes.
Senator Stacey.
Yes.
Senator Mary Kay.
Yes.
Senator Hamza. Senator Hamza.
Yes.
Senator Sasha.
Yes.
So that is 9 yeses and 1 no.
Okay, so with 9 yeses and 1 no, the bill passes. Whew, okay, moving on to committee reports. At this time, any committee chairs want to make a report? Now's your time. Oh, wait, I don't think we have any active committees right now. I don't think, we have 3 committees, public relations, governance, basic needs. I don't think any of them have got the chance to meet this semester. So with that, we're gonna move on to board member reports and announcements. Is there anyone who wants to make a board member report or announcement?
Chair.
Sasha, go ahead.
So because right now education is getting vaccinated, I was able to get my first shot finally.
Hey!
I'm so tired. I'm gonna tell you that's the side effects. I slept through my alarm today too. It's just, you know, it's a process, but you know, steps of that.
Yeah, I know Professor Callahan got hers this week too. And she was saying her arm fell asleep.
I saw her.
You saw her?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was talking with her. It was pretty fun. But if you work for the district right now, if you work for Los Rios, you can go get your shot. So just letting y'all know.
Okay, awesome. Stacey, congratulations on having Professor Callahan. I love her. So you should come join MUN. You can see more of her all the time. Okay. Sorry. Always got to plug MUN. Okay, so any other board member reports or announcements?
Chair?
Zach, go ahead.
Just a reminder, the Deaf Awareness Town Hall is at 1 o'clock to 3 p.m. The flyer is on Discord. And that's about it.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Mark, I see you unmuted, so go ahead.
Awesome. So as Brett and Naomi were mentioning earlier, we have the first virtual club day event, March 18th from 1 to 4. I will put it in the chat right now. All you have to do is click on this link right here and sign up under guest registration. So I highly, I'm requesting that, you know, you guys show up, at least pop in, check out the different departments. There's a lot of resources that are going to be promoted about what's available on campus. And I hope to see you guys there.
Okay, I actually have a question. I know this isn't really time, but Brett, we've had, we used to have club and events board and student senate tables at club day. Is that something we're having this year too? In virtual booth?
It would, it would be ideal just so students could, get more info about elections or who you all are. The cool thing about this booth, and Mark, you can hop in here, is like, say Mark is the owner of the booth, right, or a table. He can share that link to anyone that wants to sit at that table, like club day, and you can all be in the same room together. So one link you can have, I don't know what the max is for people in a room, but I think it's a lot. So yeah, I mean, we could get a table. I could probably sign up for it.
Yeah, you should sign up with our ASB ARC account, the one that we use for Zoom. I still got to do it for everyone.
So yeah, and then that way the board can just come to that booth, right? And then from there you can explore and go see financial aid or Model United Nations. I said model engineering, but you can navigate in and out from there. So anyway.
Okay. Any other board member reports or announcements?
Chair, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
So since we won't have another student senate meeting before the event, because the event's next Thursday, if there is anybody that would be interested in sharing what you've done in student senate, or if you would like to meet and greet some of your fellow students, please reach out to myself or Naomi, and we can share the login credentials. So that way you could, as you're saying, table the event. But it's all virtual. It's all done virtually, obviously. And then, like I said, if you guys could check out the link that I clicked on and just go under guest registration, just explore it, see what's there. But yeah, if anybody's interested in assisting or helping, kind of meet and greet, then please let myself or Naomi know so we can get you the login. Thank you.
I'm wondering, is Pride in STEM or Research Club, are they having booths there?
We were just talking about Zach and I were just talking about, as members of Research Club, whether or not we might be able to wrangle the vice president as a third wheel to make this work. So we'll see.
Good luck working that out.
I have no clue yet. We don't really have success at table events because we're a very niche club. And I found that when I do table, I get like one person if I'm lucky.
Oh.
Do Discord and I do Instagram and emails. That's where people like actually, because I don't know. Maybe
Sorry to put you guys on the spot for that. That was not really fair. Okay. Any other board member reports or announcements? Okay, hearing and seeing none, we'll move on to public comment. This time is reserved for members of the public to address the Student Senate on issues not already appearing on the agenda. A limit of 2 minutes per speaker shall be observed with a maximum of 4 minutes per topic. No discussion is allotted on public comment. The law does not permit any action to be taken nor extended discussion of any items not on the agenda. The ASB Student Senate may briefly respond to statements made for questions posed. However, for further information, please contact the ASB Student Senate President for the item of discussion to be placed on a future agenda. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to make a comment? Sylvia, if you want to share what SHIP is doing, get more publicity for your event.
Thank you, Naomi. Yes, good morning, you guys. I'm Sylvia, SHIP President and ARC Engineering Vice President. And we're just continuing on having we have our general meeting first for SHIP. First of all, we have a few things today. 4 o'clock to 5, if you guys just want to come and check out what SHIP is about. Of course, we'll be there at Club Day, but in case you just want to come, just quickly check it out. We have some good information. Then following by that at 5:30 to around 6:30 or 7, ARC Engineering Club in collaboration with ARC SHIP, we have a hydroponics automated system project that we're doing. It is just a project that we started last year, but due to COVID, we had to readjust and see how we can still make sure that this would come into fruition. So if you are interested in just listening or checking it out, please go ahead and stop by. All the information is on our Instagram. I will go ahead and also post it on the Discord for Senate, just in case. As well, if you guys seem like the project is cool, but since we're already like halfway kind of through, you guys are more than welcome to still pick up the materials. Everything is donated. It is being sponsored by the Room Grant from STEM. So highly encourage it. And then at 7 o'clock, SHIP is having another workshop that is hosted by our professional chapter, Delta Valley. We are doing resumes and elevator pitches. Our second biggest event for SHIP is called RLDC. And it's basically a 3-day event where you're able to network, you're able to have some interviews, internships, a lot of workshops. It's not just for engineers, it's for STEM students. So just want to clarify that, just because we do focus on engineering a lot, but it is for STEM students. I just want to put that out there. If you have any questions, feel free to just reach out. I will post my information at the chat right now. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Sylvia. Okay, any other public comments? Okay, hearing and seeing none, we will move on to adjournment. If there are no objections, this meeting will be adjourned at 11:17 a.m. Hearing and seeing no objections, this meeting is adjourned. And pause for recordings to stop.